All right, guys, so it is just about noon. It's probably going on noon here right now. As we can see, we are at just about 20 degrees in here. I've only been in here an hour and a half. I got more daylight in here. We can see now that I got all the snow knocked off. I do have a couple of holes in here now from the ice that I will have to patch in the springtime. Patch them up. You can see the ice has really been building here in this corner where it drips down and gets caught. So one of the issues with the tent for a while now has been that. So hopefully I can get that out of there today, that ice anyway. And I almost need to put something in this corner, a board. I have some flat boards here. Maybe I'll put something up here to keep this corner held up. You know, kind of the same idea we did in the entire tent. But I'm soaked now. I'm hanging everything up, letting it dry, thawing some more water. The water that I had outside in the snow for the last month didn't fully freeze, so I'm pretty happy with that. The snow insulated it well, considering we've been down to -40 here in the Thunder Bay area. But I have everything hanging up drying because everything's a little wet now from cleaning up the snow outside. The stove is going well. We're just about boiling here. I'm going to have a hot chocolate soon, and I am going to make some balsam tip tea in that kettle once that boils up, and go from there. So let's just go outside quickly. Bought a thermometer to put outside, and as of right now it's showing -19, -20. So it's warmed up quite a few degrees since I came. It was -24 when I got here. As we can see here, we have no smoke coming out. So the stove is burning quite well right now, and things are good. We had rain. We had snow once again within this last month, which makes for a real interesting time. You can see the snow is fairly deep. Now it's probably just shy of a foot here in the bush, deep, 30 centimeters deep. Far cry from what we usually get. My fire pit's generally in there. I might dig that out. But lots of snow and ice was on the tent again, a lot of weight. So I'm looking at possibly buying another tent. I may go with the Esker 12x12, set it up, the teepee, get the cover for it, set that up here. I have enough room here, because in all honesty, when there's a few of us staying here, that would be more than enough room with the stove inside. And this tent has seen its day. It's old, lots of patches already. Like I say, I'm going to have to sew up a couple more of those and glue them and get them all set. A little bit of snow on the peak, but that'll come off, and we'll get the rest of that off today before we leave. So, beautiful day. It's nice. I'm glad I came out. I am wearing my mossy oak boots. These are waterproof. They're supposed to be waterproof, but in the fall when we were hunting out here in November, my feet did get wet. They are extremely warm. They have the Thinsulate. The pants that I'm wearing today are the UK Army cold pants. I bought these from Hero Outdoors. So there's the pant, and then there is the quilted lining inside, so you can take the pant off and just wear the liner for sleeping. Pockets. The only thing I don't like is the pockets are not deep. The front pockets are not deep at all. You have to be careful button these guys up. But they're warm. They're quite warm. I like them. I did bring a bunch of extra clothes. I did bring ski pants, extra socks, extra hat, extra mitts, all that stuff just in case I did get wet. And I am wearing a lined hoodie as well. Oh, we had a tree come down. Wow. I just noticed this, and it went this way. Holy! Look at this. That guy uprooted, came out of there, a big balsam. Well, I guess I know what I'm doing today. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to start cutting. Looks like a few came down, so we probably had some heavy winds, and possibly with that rain and snow, this is what we get. So, all right, I'm gonna go in and have a hot chocolate and warm up just a little bit. All right, hot chocolate time, guys and gals. So, I'd like to give some shout outs while I'm out here today. You know, YouTube's a great place. It's a good place. We've got a little bit of everything out there. You know, it's a really awesome community. I guess first off, I just want to just say that if you're looking for a place that's inspirational or uplifting, Cab 7 Ben in Pennsylvania has an awesome channel. Very uplifting, very motivating, all-around great guy. Check his channel out. If you're looking for a true outdoorsman, I'm talking right down to tooth and nail. That's Lars from Survival Russia. Lars, again, and his family, you know, live in Russia, and they've got a fantastic homestead. And those guys, you know, Lars puts on some great videos as well, and a lot of educational stuff, and everything that he does is tried and true, and he's not afraid to say if he's had a fail. Here's a bunch of new Canadian channels too, or newer Canadian channels that I've been stumbling across. Crownland Canuck, I Am Outdoorsy. There's a bunch of them that are just super duper channels. Check them out. And these guys are like all over, from the East Coast right through to the West Coast and Ontario, you name it. So really, really cool channels as well. Camper Christina, I think I got that right as well. She made her own teepee. Really awesome channel as well. So, you know, don't be afraid to check her channel out. I do have some links in my signature on my YouTube channel of some of these channels. There's my buddy Mark, Adventure Time Outdoors, out east in Quebec. Don't forget to check his channel out. I stumbled across a new channel this week, Adventure North. I believe they're a new channel. As of yesterday, when I subscribed, he only had 12 channels, or 12 subscribers, I should say. So take a look. They're in Sweden, in the forest there, and they do camping as well. So check their channel out. So there's a bunch more as well, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out now. I mean, we've got Really Big Monkey, we've got Dave there as well, and oh man, the list goes on and on and on. We got Woods, MT Woods Runner from Montana, and as I say, I could go on, and if I forget you, I'm doing this off the cuff. So don't forget to check these people out, and we're going to continue on here. I think we're going to go after this. We're going to have this hot chocolate, and we're going to go outside. It is 10 degrees in here, so we cooled down a little bit, but the fire was just about out, so I loaded her right up again. All right, just warming my cup up, and it's balsam tip tea time. You can smell it. All right, so some balsam tip tea. Cheers. We're 15 degrees. I just loaded the stove up again because it's just about lunchtime. And what we're going to make today is some corned beef with potatoes, some onion, what else in there? Pepper, and some parsley in there and some spices. And we're going to fry that on the stove here, and that's what's going to be our lunch today. So I'd like to give a shout out to another YouTube channel who does a lot of cooking, and that's Robin Sadowski. So if you haven't checked out Robin's channel, check her channel out as well. She likes to do some bargain shopping, some cooking and stuff, and she's in Pennsylvania, so check her channel out. So we're gonna have our tea, and then we're gonna make some lunch up. So I guess just a couple things. This is my first outing of 2018 out here at the tent. Excuse me. As I said, the last time I was out here, it was December the 10th. I was out here with my brother and my nephew. So 2018 is here. We're almost halfway through this month already of January. It's going fast. But what do we got on the go for this year? We've got another trip to Wabakimi coming up. Our group that went last year is going to go this year again. This time we're going to do 210 kilometers out at Wabakimi. Last year, if you recall, we did 187 kilometers. We made really good time. We had awesome weather. Fishing was awesome. We did what we called the Wabakimi Lasso route. This year, we're going to catch the train from Armstrong, the Via Rail Northern train. And we're going to take that to the Allen Water Bridge, where we're going to get off with our gear and our canoes at the Allen Water Bridge. From the Allen Water Bridge, we're going to paddle up into Whitewater, Smooth Rock, and all those, and everywhere else in between. 210 kilometers, 10 to 12 days is what we're looking at. So that should be an awesome trip. Once again, last year was just phenomenal. It was unbelievable. We're going to do White Otter again, and then I believe we're also going to do a weekend, 3-4 days in Woodland Caribou up north of Red Lake. So we're looking to go into there for a trip as well. And we probably will be doing White Otter Castle. I think I said that already, and I'm not sure about Quetico. But that's some of our game plans when it comes to canoeing. As far as hiking and camping goes, you know, we'll probably be doing some. I usually don't come out to the tent location in the summertime. I'll probably come out here to do some repairs, obviously now, do some sewing and some stitching and some plugging of holes or tears here on the tent. But I can do that in the summertime. So that'll be all right. That'll be fine. And like I said, I'm going to look into seeing about maybe getting myself a new tent. I may get the Esker 12x12 and set that up here. We've got the area for it now. We got the room for it, so why not? Put the stove in and away we go. So other than that, there was one other channel that I wanted to let you guys know about. And I can't remember the name of it right now. Northern Scavenger. That's what it is. Northern Scavenger. Let me just double check that to make sure I got the name right. But they were up in Wabakimi. They live down around Toronto. And they've got some really good trips as well in, and some great footage, and you name it, just unbelievable. Yes, Northern Scavenger. So check those guys out and subscribe to their channel as well, and take a look at some of their videos and stuff that they've got there on their YouTube channel. And don't forget, up north of 60, Connie and Lonnie as well. Up in Alaska, don't forget to Far North Bushcraft and Survival. Check those guys out. And like I say, there's tons and tons and tons. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. Go back in the tent and finish my balsam tip tea and just go from there. Alright, so we are gonna make, that is red hot in that stove. So we've got a can of corned beef, potatoes, and some spices and onions and whatnot in there. What I did forget though is my coconut butter for cooking with. So we'll have to hope that corned beef has enough. Whew, that stove is going. Choke that off a bit. Oh yeah. Keep going. Whew. Be like a sauna now. Alright, let's get the corned beef in there. Everything's boiling. Even my tea. Alright, corned beef. Corned beef chopped up. So once again, lots of YouTube channels out there to watch. Lots of good stuff. Boy, it's warm here. Smells good already. Alright, put some water in here. Put some more into my kettle. Let's do that while we're at it. Everything's dripping in my tent. So wet or warm in here now. Alright, now we're going to throw in some peppers. Peppers, onions. Woo, there goes some more snow. Alright, peppers and onions. And some parsley. And some spices. Okay. And then our potatoes. Oh, it smells so good in here already. there we go. I'll let that do its thing. I would have, these are already boiled potatoes. I could have fried them first, but again, not having any oil here in my coconut butter, I didn't want to take the chance. Alright, so we're going to let this cook, and I'll get back to you guys here once we're ready here. Alright, it's lunchtime. So we're going to get some of this out. My fine china here. Alright guys, here we are. It is hot. As I said, I got on the fine china here. Almost too warm. Hot on the throat. Alright. Move this stuff off and over. Let it cool. I brought a bag, take any extra home. I didn't know if I was going to have guests today, so I watched Adventure North. I watched his channel. I watched a couple videos. I watched one where he took his army vehicle out. His fiance and his daughter. They set up their tent out in Sweden and spent the night out there. Nice setup. Seems to be a lot of people doing the same thing, doing a lot of winter camping. And why not, if you can do it? I mean, we've spent the weekends out here, and we've never froze. It gets a little cool if you let the fire go out. I mean, these wood stoves are not the most efficient. This one's probably a little better because it has an oven in it. And the oven kind of acts like a baffle in it. And it's got the damper. I mean, you put some good wood in it. You put some hardwood in it. Some good poplar. Wood like that here. And it burns a lot hotter. You don't get as many coals from it. But it does burn. But you don't get all the crap and the creosote in your chimney as well. So I have the new Nyko stove as well at home. I haven't burnt it in yet. I'll burn that in at some point in time. But I'm still debating on another tent. I mean, there's tons of room in here. There is, but there isn't. You know, I've got tons of room in here with the stove in this corner to sleep for people. I mean, I think at one time we had, what did we get in here? 6 people with cots in here. In 1 November when we did our Scout November weekend. Fit no problem. James and I slept outside, actually underneath the tarp edge there where I was shoveling earlier, where I had my water. We stayed out there. But the stove does work well. I guess like anyone else at hot tents or anyone who does any hot tenting, if you're expecting to stay 20 degrees all night and you're by yourself, well, you're not going to get any sleep. I can tell you that right now. Someone's got to keep the stove going. Somebody's got to take shifts. That's the only way that you're going to stay warm in a tent. And you have to elevate yourself too. You have to be off the ground. If I had the thermometer in here now and I put it to the ground and I come up even to here like 2 feet up, you're in that heat zone. You can feel that heat zone even here at about 2 feet. And of course it goes up from there. That's why we dry everything in the top. But it is warm when you get off the ground. The closer you get to the ground, obviously, the cooler it is. The heat rises. So I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the afternoon. I may go take a quick quad ride, make sure the battery's charged. You know, maybe take a few things down. I guess I really don't have anything to take down. I'm going to leave that little sleigh here for hauling wood. I guess I can go cut some wood. There's a lot of dead standing poplar here. Maybe that's what I'll do. Alright. Bon appetit. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to have some more. I think I'm going to head outside. I think I'm going to cut some wood. Alright guys, it is 1:30 in the afternoon, and I just went out for a little ride. I loaded up the stove. I got some dishes to do when I get back, but I'm gonna leave probably around 4-ish. It's 15 degrees. I think, was it 15 when I left the tent outside? And minus 15, I guess I should be saying, sorry. Outside, on the outside thermometer. There were fresh deer tracks back there. The deer came out of the bush, went back in. That's just a look at the ravine. That's the river down there. That is the Jarvis River down there, in that ravine. So, winter wonderland now out here. Beautiful. But fresh new snow. Like there's been a while since anyone's been out here. Alright, we're gonna get back to a quick ride here. Well, it's 5 to 2, and we got back from a quad ride. And as we can see, it's only minus 16. And that is in the shade, up here on the hill. You can see the sun over there, of course, peeking through. Just went for a short ride, lots of deer tracks. Down the road a ways, went down to the river. Fire pit. Just loaded the stove up with some of that poplar I cut a bit ago. So I'm gonna do my dishes up, clean up around here a little bit. Maybe cut a little bit more wood, I don't know. We'll see. A couple more hours and then I'll head out. But a beautiful day once again. Sun up there. Hasn't been a single person out here today on a skidoo or a quad. I haven't heard any wolves today. I've heard the ravens, and I've heard the odd whiskey jack, and that's about it. So really quiet day today. All right, 2:30 now. Cleaned up my dishes. I'm gonna start packing some stuff up. Just get everything into the backpack, ready to go. Then when we head out, we're done. Lots of firewood in here. I keep saying that every time. Just a matter of dragging the stuff up or cutting it up, putting it on the sleigh. getting it up there. Some old tracks. Here's a squirrel here. Squirrel's been hopping here back and forth. Here's the trees that we cut down last time that were down and hung up. There's a bit of blowdown in here, kind of strange. I don't know what's going on. What do we got here? Deer. They've been bedding down. So there's some deer nuggets, and look at, here is where they've been bedding down, right here. So I seen this the last time we were up here. Yeah, here's the other bed down here. So there's 2 beds here. 2 for sure where they're bedding down. They've been around here quite a bit. So it's probably a doe and a fawn would be my guess. But yeah, they've been bedding down up here. That's all right. I don't mind that. Nothing wrong with that. I think maybe they feel safe up here because they know somebody's up here. And it's a little higher up off the main road too. But yeah, they've been up here. So that's 2 deer beds. There were 2 beds up here the last time I was here too. So really interesting. Except the last time they were up a little closer to the tent. This time they're back this way over by the lean-to, the old lean-to. Really cool that they're here. Yeah, bedding down. 2 beds. Yeah, last time they were up closer.